Hey guys, today we're going to be going over Google Ads Setup Checklist, and it's part 2 of our series. Specifically, we're going to be talking about account and campaign configuration and creation. So let's get right to it. All right, so in our first part, we talked about keyword research. Today, we're going to be going specifically over the account and campaign configuration and creation process. So the first thing we want to do is create the account. We're talking about the Google Ads account. So you're going to need a Gmail or G Suite account. So first, get that Gmail or G Suite account in. I recommend a G Suite account because you can always tailor it specifically for your domain, your company, your business, your branding. But in either case, you can use a free Gmail account, and all you have to do is go to ads.google.com and once you're logged in, and then create your account that way. Create campaign manual or from AdMonkey. I'll provide the AdMonkey link below in the description of this video. But what you basically going to do is once you're in the account, you're going to go in and create a new campaign, and this is what you're going to be using for your ads. Next thing you want to do is, once you're configuring your campaign, is include search partners, but disable this. Don't include search partners. If you do, your campaign is going to tend to get more impressions. It's going to get more exposure, but it's going to be more irrelevant. So you want to stick with the relevant clicks, the more dialed in, targeted traffic, and by disabling search partners, you're eliminating those people that happen to come across your ad but aren't specifically searching for your ads. Also, we're going to disable include display network. These are mostly used for display ads, so we really don't need them. We're going to be using search text ads anyway, so go ahead and disable that. For ad rotation, at first we're not going to optimize. We're going to let the ads, if we happen to have more than one ad per ad group per keyword, we're going to let them rotate evenly. That way we give every ad a fair shot, and once we have enough data, and once we can start to optimize, then we'll go ahead and turn this on. But if we do it too soon, it's gonna end up skewing the optimization part of it, and it's going to tend to go toward the ads. It's going to tend to show more ads that happen to have early success in the process. So go ahead and disable this in the beginning. Targeting method, people in your targeted location. Obviously, we want to target specifically for people in the locations that we specify, meaning our city, our zip code, our county, our state, or any combination of those things. So make sure the targeting method is for targeted location. Exclusion targeting method set to default. All right. Set bid strategy to manual CPC. And we do this so we can have full control in the beginning, so we don't let Google optimize for us, especially when there's no data in the campaign. Once there is enough data, once you're 2, 3, 6 months into the campaign and there's enough there for Google to optimize, use its algorithms to optimize the campaign, then go ahead and you can switch to maximize clicks, maximize conversions. There's a list of things you can click on. You can choose from the automated list, but initially let's go ahead and start with manual CPC. That way you have full control, you have direct access to everything, and you know what's going on. It's a good way to get things off the ground when you know exactly what's going on and you have a better feel for the campaign. Import ad groups from AdMonkey. Just like creating a campaign, we can use AdMonkey. AdMonkey is a tool that we use to help us set up our Google Ads campaign in a one-to-one method, meaning for every keyword, there's a specific ad tailored for that one keyword. So that's the best thing we can do for relevancy for both Google and for the person searching, right? When people see that whatever they typed in is what is reflecting in the ad, there's a lot higher chance of them clicking on that ad. And also it's better for us because we want people who are more likely to convert rather than not. So by displaying the ad and by having those people click, we're maximizing that effect. Also with Google, the more relevant the ads are, the keywords and the landing page are, they're all paired with each other, the better and the more Google will reward us. We'll have higher CTRs, click-through rates. We'll have better quality scores, and we'll have lower costs at the keyword level. So definitely let's make sure we keep this in mind. But we're going to import ad groups from AdMonkey. Once we have our keywords selected, once we've done the research that we went over in part 1, once we have that research, all we do is run a quick campaign through AdMonkey, and we're going to import the ad groups, the keywords, and the ads. All right, at this point, when we set up the ads, we're going to want to make sure that the landing page is ready. Make sure you have that ready. Make sure the URL is live. Make sure the phone number is the tracking phone number. You have your form if you're using one. You have your calendar if you're using one, and or a survey if you're using one. But above all, make sure that the URL is ready and that the landing page is all set so that we can configure that URL into the ads, and the ads get approved from the get-go. We don't want to put a fake URL or put a temporary URL that we will then have to change, modify, and then have to go through the whole reapproval of the ads all over again. We want to get it straight approved from the get-go. Next, we're going to create import negative keywords. If you have a list of negative keywords already that you want to go with initially, great. This is the time to plug them into your campaigns. If you're using a farm one-to-one, you're going to do it with all 3 campaigns. Otherwise, if you don't have negatives, or if you don't feel like doing it this time, it's okay. You can still launch the campaigns and then react to the search terms as they come in. Start building your negatives there, and when they come up, as they come up, so that you're more in tune with what's happening with the actual campaign within the market. So it's important you do this anyway. Even if you have an initial list, try to always look at your search terms and see what's going on and see how you can react and dial in your campaign more and more as you go. We're going to set location targeting, meaning if we're looking for sellers in a specific town, city, zip code, county, this is when we say, okay, this is the area we want to target, and we don't want to show our ads anywhere but this area specifically. Same thing with ad schedule. We want to make sure that we're running in line with the time zone that's configured on the account, and that we run it at times that are suited for the ads, right? Normally, we run business hours, but keep in mind that when you go out of the business hour range, or you go into weekends, or you go late in the evening or early morning before 7 a.m., you're actually maximizing your chances of having less competition, because there's less people in that city, town, zip code area competing at that same time. So you're actually getting your bid costs a little lower than you would otherwise. So keep that in mind if you want to run it at off hours. And with that said, the business hours will be a little higher. So just keep that in mind. You'll be able to see this data afterward once the impressions and the clicks and the conversions come in. Set bids to first page. So if you want to compete as much as possible, make sure you are on the first page for all your motivated seller ads. Make sure that every single keyword that you have has as high of a chance as possible to get shown on the first page. Once an ad is on the second page or lower, drastically decreases visibility, right? No one's seeing it really. So make sure you're on the first page, make sure your bids are high enough initially, and that way you can maximize your chances of clicks, conversions, and calls. Set your ad extensions. Make sure to do call conversion first for call extensions. Call extensions is when you see the phone number listed right underneath the ad or part of the ad. So make sure the call conversion is there. Callout extensions, are the one, you know, the quick phrases that you add onto the ads that are quick promotional little phrases. Sitelink extensions are if you have multiple pages within your site and you want to provide the links, go ahead and do that. And then we have structured snippet extensions, which is another way to really beef up your ads. This is all what extensions are all about. It's just a way to maximize your real estate and draw more attention and have people click on your ads that they otherwise wouldn't notice as much. All right, let's see what we got next. Add payment method. This is the final thing you want to be doing after you've done everything else, and this is just puts a credit card on file so that you don't have to worry about it moving forward, and that so that you can proceed with the ads and they can run continuously and without interruption. For payment methods, make sure you have a credit card or a bank on file that you've never used for Google Ads before. This is very important because if you do use one that you've used before, there's a high chance, it's not always the case, but there's a high chance that your account will be suspended, and then you have to go through an appeal and you have to wait and you have to go through all this stuff, and then eventually you have to get a new card anyway on file. So it's better just to, you know, from the get-go, just take care of that and make sure it's a new credit card. That way you don't have issues with suspicious payments, as Google says. And finally, once you've done everything, you're going to set your daily budget once you're ready to launch. This is the final thing. This is your daily budget. So if you have a monthly budget, let's say, and you're running your ads 30 days every day of the month, you're just going to divide your monthly budget by 30, right? If you're running your ads Monday through Friday, you're going to divide them by 22. That's how many weekdays are in the month on average, and that will set your daily budget. Everything has to be on a daily budget. If you're using a farm one-to-one or multiple campaigns, go ahead and do a shared budget between the 3 campaigns, and that way your budget is distributed among your campaigns, and that way you can not go over, or at least keep everything together and not have them go over. All right, guys, so this is the checklist for account campaign creation and configuration for Google Ads for your motivated seller campaigns. This is how you do it. This is everything you need to do. Of course, there's things extra and there's things that you may or may not actually need from this list. I would recommend you just follow this checklist and go right down the line and get everything done the right way. So this concludes this video. If you have any questions, please post in the comments. And like always, make sure to destroy the like button and subscribe, and that way you can get notified when the new videos come in. On our next video, we're going to talk about the conversion tracking side of the configuration, and we're going to go through that checklist. All right, so I'll see you guys next time. Take care.